Thanks for
Why are you singing iCarly? I know
every single
great
time.
part of your childhood, Messy, but
All right. I'm gonna go download an iCarly background.
I don't know what iCarly is. What
I'll
is
show you.
iCarly?
Miranda Cosgrove, is it Jenna McCarthy? Jenna McCarthy? I don't know her.
I don't remember her
last
name.
I don't know who that is. I'm
That
sorry.
actress.
Hi,
It was a
everybody.
Nickelodeon show.
Ah, that's why.
It was a spin-off of Drake and Josh. If that helps you.
I do know that name because my little brother, who's 7 years younger than me, watched that. So.
What a good show. I love.
I mean, it's not really a spin-off of Drake and Josh because it is because it was
Jerry
Megan.
Trainer's in both shows.
Wait,
yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. Is Drake from Drake and Josh the same Drake that makes like decent music?
Yeah, he's the rapper.
Yeah.
So he's a Nickelodeon kid? That's funny. So if he's like selling scotch or sitting there and you're like one of those Disney children. Oh.
Bro, you are so dumb. We're talking about Drake, the rapper Drake, the black one.
Oh,
You were like, which?
Are they different people? I don't know.
I was like, why did you give me
We're talking about Drake from Degrassi Drake.
Somebody clip it because it's
Oh my
the most
god.
gullible Scott moment I've ever witnessed.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
That was
Drake.
beautiful.
Too many Drakes to keep track of.
Thank you, Messy, for that.
I was like, yeah, and then
beautiful
you kept going, and I was like, no, what?
Got him.
Got him good. I appreciate the hell out of that.
Well, you know, I'm old. They're young.
I'm not that much younger than you, Scott.
Excuse me, daughter's about to. Hi, Rory. Hi, sweetheart. I am actually live right now, sweetheart. So, I thank you for the hugs and kisses. What?
There we go.
Oh, I love you too. Did you have fun at Mimi and Papa's?
Yes.
Yeah, was it a lot of fun?
Once more with
Do you want to say hi to my friends right there?
Hi,
I've
Rory.
seen that girl before.
Yes. Is that the girl that plays the game? Yeah. Yeah, we were actually live. I switched my overlay really quickly. We're live sound right now too, just so you're aware. Yeah.
Do we still have sound?
Rory's saying hi.
Oh, they can hear us, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's not talk over this wholesome moment.
You done being silly? Someone's very tired. It's very tired time. All right. Do you wanna say bye to Rena and Tyler and Florida Man?
Who's Florida Man?
Unfortunately, that guy right there. That guy. You know what? Don't listen to anything. Don't listen to anything he says.
Why?
Well, he's from Florida. Yeah. He's born and raised Jacksonville. Yeah, he's from Florida.
All right, can we move on,
Yep.
please?
Yeah, Brittany gave me that face like, he's not really from Florida, is he?
Can we please move
But
on?
you
I
spend
don't-
time with them. Should you get a chemical bath?
Oh my god,
All right. Give me a big hug, sweetheart. All right, I love you.
that's what I get.
Give me a kiss. Mwah. All right, bye. You want to take the dog? Come on, Brody. Come on. Sorry.
That's what I get for being myself.
You're good.
All right. Well, that was my apologies. I was like, change the overlay.
That was really, really quickly done. Well done, Scott. I applaud you for that.
Hey, listen.
Because I forget to switch overlays all the time for less important reasons, but
Yeah, it's what was I saying? Good thing I have a stream deck because there's no way I could have pulled that off with just like trying to click into slobs. You know what I mean? No way. No way. So thank you. All right. Hi everybody. Sorry about the interruption. My daughter's just coming back from my in-laws' house, so she's very tired and goofy at the moment. If you heard the laughing. So anyways, hi guys. How you doing? Good.
Oh, we're good.
are you talking to us or Chad? I couldn't figure it out.
My apologies. You guys.
Rena, go ahead. I rudely interrupted you.
I literally was just gonna say we're good.
Hey guys, it's me. Messi was taken. Stream. Is the stream over already? Is it over? Because normally you don't ask us that unless it's over.
The funny thing about when you
how was your week and how you guys doing?
No, you never done that before. I don't think.
the funniest thing about how you worded that, Messy, was It sounded like you were saying your name is me now because Messi was taken.
That's too long for a Twitch handle. That'd be so funny though.
I mean, it'd be very difficult for people to search for that.
Me now because Messi was taken.
Yeah. Don't you want shorter? Isn't shorter better? Is this one of the few
Yeah.
places where... Okay, let's get into the game. Because even Maggie's confused, and she's about as keen as a person can be. So, let's get started. Last week was a little interesting because it started off with you guys being waking up inside of the inn that you were, we'll say, commandeering for a period of time, surrounded by a bunch of persons that it was suggested that, well, yeah, you kind of expected this, but it's okay. We'll be able to fight them back when, Mathis Cuddy shows up. Except he didn't. He didn't show up, did he? That's okay. He'll join the fight when we get it started. You started the fight, and things are a little interesting in it. He didn't join the fight either. You did fight your way through there. What's his name there? Ophios had a couple of really cool moments in how he handled the situation. Rena had a pretty awesome moment with hoisting this big-ass dude over her shoulder and doing some cool stuff with the sword. Some random wizard showed up and fell on his face and then twitched a few times.
Well, I didn't actually fall down.
Are you sure? I thought...
I'm pretty sure
if you
he threw
fell...
a fireball and it hit the building that Rena was in and helped ignite it further.
Yeah, okay, I missed. All right.
I was gonna say if you fell down, it probably would have been more than what you actually did. So, and then you guys came to the realization after winning the combat that the reason why Mathis Cuddy didn't join you is because the building where he was with the rest of the kind of like the troops that were looking to attack this place got raided the night beforehand. They all got captured and brought back to a... there is a barracks and like a jail that are kind of side by side with one another. The barracks being a slightly taller building than the jail. And there is a lot of guards that are surrounding that building. And I mean a lot of guards surrounding that building. So you had to kind of step back. I mean, you're aggravated. You just lost a friend, what, yesterday, 2 days ago? You're now in the situation where, I mean, at least you could have had the quipping antics of Yadis to cheer you up, but now this is just a shitty situation, and you've got a useless mage with you. One that hasn't proven himself yet, I should say.
Could we pick on someone else today, please?
Hey, Rena, you're pretty cool. Tyler, crushing it.
You could just say no next time.
And you came up with a plan for how it is that you're going to get into the building without having to fight your way through like 60 guards, or you don't really know how many there is, but a lot of guards surrounding the two buildings. And the 6, you believe, or half dozen or so, they were saying, on top of the two buildings. Don't forget, there is that one almost like plank that's joining the two buildings so you can get between them. The plan that you had was to cast a couple spells off of a scroll, but for the most part, quaff a ton of potions and a combination of jump/spider climb up onto the buildings and then go ham. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Rena was going to sneak up there stealthily. You guys were also going to be stealthy, but I think you wanted Rena to take the credit for the assault. Maybe, maybe not. We can figure that out as we go forward. So pulling us back down to the inventory, you guys already parsed through that last week. We don't need to do it again. I just hope you made a good note of who was drinking what, so that you guys can kind of be prepared.
Yeah.
And
I have notes for that.
Good. So we've already reiterated the plan. We can kind of bring ourselves just outside the moment of enacting it. I don't know if there were any conversations you wanted to have with one another, or is it literally... No, let's go.
I think that we were just ready to go at that point. I'm pretty sure that we said everything we needed to say. We were just making a plan and then we were going to head out.
We were probably, I would anticipate we would all try and make sure that our group of 3 got to the diversion building before we went invisible and tried to do our jump, spider climb, all that stuff.
Yeah. You want to get to as close as possible prior to actually, because it's one of those things where even though spider climb and all of those last well over long enough to get you up the building, you're kind of hoping the durations that also help you get out later on if need be. Most of those have a duration of 10 minutes or so. What's up?
Did we decide what time of day we were doing this? Didn't we say we were doing it at night?
We're doing
I
it
can't remember.
as soon as possible.
It
Or
is
just
morning.
ASAP. Okay.
Yeah, it was morning, and you guys kind of went inside in the morning and did a bit of a short rest after that combat. You guys didn't take a long rest, right? So, having done a short rest...
When the sun is coming down, we attack it from the west.
So my apologies. Just to be clear, you're waiting the entire day?
I don't think so. I thought
I
we
was
were
saying
going
if
like
we had the short rest, that would have been great. But
You had the short rest.
we did.
But that was 1 hour.
Yeah.
But remember, we started last session in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So then it'll be like afternoon or whatever. That's fine.
So you'd be attacking at afternoon time. Okay, cool.
So when they're looking up at the building on top, they're staring into blinding light. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
I
So
like
are
it.
we when we climb it, though. So.
You're not really climbing, though. You're spider climbing. It's a little different. Come on, let's be serious.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
We're
climbing.
spinning webs.
You think Spider-Man doesn't look up when he climbs? You think he just
He's got
climbs
spidey
willy-nilly?
senses.
You don't think he looks before he
He
leaps?
climbs
I
butt
think
first. When he's
Tony
going
Stark
up, he
gave
has
him
his
good,
head down and
you know. Visors. No, I don't think. Spidey suit. Kill
No,
mode
he
on.
does.
No, you're right. Anyway.
All right.
Sure. Okay.
Because Tony
Political
Stark is the
power.
Deus Ex of the
Yeah.
MCU.
I think before we leave, I want to give some of this armor stuff to our allies.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Like
Sure.
which ones are you looking at?
Robe of Needles and Cloak of Fangs in particular.
Oh, those things. Okay.
Yeah, Giz, do you guys have written aside from? Do you guys all have written on your character sheet? This actually should be something that you do consistently. This is, I guess, pro tip for all PCs. Over on one of the tabs of your character sheets, have literally a list, even if you don't have them all filled out, like attuned. It's like a little area that says attuned, and then like 1, 2, 3. And if they're all empty, don't. But if you have attuned things, write them in there so you always know what your 3 attuned slots are. That way, it's not like one of those. Wait, what do I have? Can I have this? It's kind of already tracked for you at all points in time.
So what I do is I put stars next to the items where it says weight, and that's how I keep track of a tune.
There you go. That works as well. But anyways, so you looking to give some stuff away? Just those 2 magic items?
Yeah, whoever they seem to fit for, because Cloak of Fangs and Robe of Needles are 2 separate things.
If I remember correctly, Cloak of Fangs gives you the ability for it's like an offensive thing, so you can actually like bite or attack or whatever it is, and the Robe of Needles is more of a defensive if somebody is to grapple you, or if you were to grapple
Robe of
somebody
Needles,
else.
1 needle is ranged touch attack, 1 point pierce plus 1 point of bleeding. You have 6 per day.
Perfect. So we can give that to honestly, if you he's kind of a prickly dude. If you want to give that to what's his name there?
Erwin?
Erwin. Mm-hmm.
Would he be able to wear that over his giant amount of armor?
Yeah, it's a cloak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that one's a robe. The Cloak of Fangs is different.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's a robe. I thought it was a cloak. Never mind. No, he would not be able to. My apologies. Actually,
I don't know what the Cloak of Fangs does because I didn't write
honestly,
that down.
The Robe of Needles might be good for somebody who wears robes. Is there anybody here that wears robes? Anybody? Any Harry Potter-esque characters around?
Here you go.
Can't think of anyone,
Oh,
man.
like a mage or something,
Oh,
right?
like a
Hey.
mage.
I don't
What's
know,
another one for mage?
someone magical.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm not a mage.
I don't
Hey,
know.
Michael
mage,
Jordan
sorry,
the
guys.
Third.
Michael Jordan Jackson.
Michael Jordan the Third.
Jackson.
Hey, here's this robe of
7th?
needles you can use. Put it on your character sheet. Look in the
No.
ROI bank and do it.
He's like, God damn it! Now you just give me inventory.
I don't
management."
need it. I don't need it.
Why
I
not?
don't need it. Because I don't need it.
He's like, Mike. Oh, if I have to do work, I don't want the magic item.
Seriously, I really... Honestly?
You good?
Okay, I copied it. I will
Okay.
now paste it. Somewhere.
Does
Do you
it
want-
screw up
do you want the
weight
details, or you
calculation
just not gonna
field
use
with the
it?
Star?
What-
It says 1 needle has range touch attack. That's what it says. What else does it do? Does it not do just that?
1 point piercing, 1 point of bleeding, and you have 6 needles per day.
Yeah.
That's what
What's
I
that?
jotted
What's the
down.
casting
Scott
time?
has more of the details.
No, that's most of these. It's 6 needles. You throw a needle. It does 2 points of damage. but that second point of damage is a reoccurring point every round thereafter.
The DOT. Okay. What's the casting time?
It's an action to throw a needle from it.
An action.
Mm-hmm. If you have multiple attacks, you can do you can attack twice with it.
Wow, 4 damage. That'd be crazy. Yeah.
All right, moving on. So that's everything, and you give away the other item to. Yes, sir.
Cool. It's 1 a day, so that's a long rest, or 24 hours.
6 needles per day.
Right. 24 hours or long rest.
It's what is it? Each morning. Each morning it gets it back.
24 hours.
So
All right. Confirm it's on your character sheet before I.
Yeah, I got it. You can delete it. We good.
Cool.
Okay.
The other one was Cloak of Fangs. That could go to somebody.
Yep.
I'm just trying to give them more advantages because they're helping.
No, you're fine. And I'm perfectly fine with just spending a couple extra moments doing this because you're increasing your chances. Remember what we said beforehand, like when we actually go to what they did, there's effects. So Cloak of Fangs is a +1 bonus to saving throws. Furthermore, the wearer can force their teeth to grow rapidly up to 5 times a day as a bonus action. It lasts for a round, during which time they can make a bite attack. So you spend a bonus action to have a natural bite attack, which you can use your attack action to do.
Wait, do I have to be attuned to this, or can I have it?
Because it gives you a +1 to your saving throws and a 5 times bonus action. It's an attuned item, yeah. You're like, wait, can I bite something? This sounds nice.
It makes sense for a snake, hence Cloak of Fangs, but yeah. Unless it helps me with my disguise, I can't take it.
Did you say +1 to all saving throws?
Yep, +1 to saves, just like the Amulet of Resistance or any of those. Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Van.
You want that too?
Yeah, actually, I would that would actually be useful for me.
It's one of those things where he's like, oh yeah, no, this is what it does, and he's explaining it. And Erwin's like, I guess I could reach out, and you're like, actually.
if Erwin
you want to bite people?
No, I want +1 to all saving throws. What are you talking about?
No.
It's funny because like you have to hear what the descriptions of these things. The Cloak of Fangs wearing this animal hair cloak. So you're wearing like
hair?
more or less animal hair, because some animals have fur, some animals have hair, right? So if you imagine like an animal hair cloak, you know what I mean? That's hilarious. So that's the cloak that you wear, and
then
still
look good.
On top of that, you have robes. A hooded robe has 6 long silvery razor sharp needles protruding from the bottom of its loose sleeves. Just like long sleeve robes with these needles hanging from them.
I'll give him the robes.
He can't wear them to his armor, dude.
I mean, he can put it over his. He could tie it around his waist or something. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
I don't think the robes are attunement though.
They're not.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Awesome. Good job, Messi. Don't forget to add the universal modifier to all your saving throws.
Oh, sweet. I did get that. All right, awesome. Cool.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Thanks, guys.
You guys get everything together now. For you to start enacting this plan, which I know everybody's excited for you to do, for you to start enacting this plan, what you're going to do is you're going to have to get yourself to that roof without getting noticed. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit difficult. If everybody goes at once, there's what, 6 of you? If everybody goes at once, it's going to draw attention from all of the guards. So what is your plan to approach these roofs where you're getting started from? Are the 6 all going to the same roof? You're going to opposite roofs, near each other. How are you doing that? Let's start there.
Well, aren't we just escorting them to the building and then they climb up to the roof by themselves? That's what I was picturing.
Correct, but it's not like the guards are all standing in one line around the 2 buildings that you are going to. They're kind of also moving through the different alleyways and streets and whatnot nearby. There's a lot of guards, so you're trying to get yourself as close as possible. But a guard, what's the word I'm looking for? On patrol, a patrolling guard could potentially notice you.
I thought we were going separately.
My thought process. Well, I want to.
Those 3. Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to make sure they get to where they're going before we assault.
Are we going invisible?
No, we're not invisible yet.
When you're ready to get up there, you guys can go invisible because it lasts an hour. So you like have
just go invisible then
So Scott, on the I wish I had a visual map because my thought process is affected by what I visually
Sure.
understand.
So think top-down map, right? So these two buildings are definitely side by side, no question about that. They're very near
and
each
those
other.
are that's the jail and the
Barracks, correct.
Barracks you're
and then
referring to. Okay.
pretending like those were one building or one plot of lands, there is effectively a road or street that goes directly around it, drawing almost like a square around where that is. But then from there's a web of streets, whether they be dead ends or shortcuts or whatever the case may be, back alleyways that come off of that central spot. And there are many guards in that immediate street or road, that one that's immediately around the barracks/jail square or rectangle. My apologies. There are many guards just like standing there and looking around. But also in that network of streets and roads, there are a bunch of patrolling guards. It's those that you have to worry about here.
So my thought process is, you have a lot of ranged attacks, right, Messi?
A lot.
Okay. Decent range, like 120 plus?
Yeah, some of them.
Okay. I would want to put you in a house as kind of the lookout and being able to cast if something goes wrong from a distance. Nearby the house where we're going to see on a roof, like further back away from the patrols, but can see the location we're going to. Does that make sense, Scott?
Say it one more time. I was reading something, I'm sorry.
Put Michael Jordan III
Yep.
on top.
It's Elijah.
On top of a building that he can see the path that we're going to for those three to get to that building, but within range so he could cast if something goes wrong.
Sure, yeah. He can do that. How's he going to get up there?
When do you want to turn invisible, though? Because I have to touch you for that.
It's once we get there, you catch up to us.
I'm just... My invisibility lasts an hour.
Mm-hmm. As long as you don't attack
You can't cast it on 6 people.
Yeah, just the 3 of us. Even if like the 3 of us were invisible and escorted them while we're invisible, that's 3 less people than.
But then if they get into a fight, what are we gonna do? We then break our invisibility by fighting back.
True.
Abandon them.
Which is why I thought we would just let them go.
Well,
on their
I want to
own.
make. But in order for this plan to work, we want to make sure they get to where they're going so that we can...
Let's be specific for a second. You know that 2 of these guards have been here for a while, kind of know their way around. And one of them already did sneak up and sneak back. So the likelihood that those 2 can handle themselves isn't that big of a deal. Obviously, you guys being the PCs, you're going to be rolling dice. The real concern here is the big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has disadvantage on stealth.
He has disadvantage on a lot of things, like subtlety, personality. I mean, he was role-played by Joey, so.
Who I was on a call with earlier today.
I mean, I could technically do 5 invisibilities, so I'd burn all my spell slots.
Ouch, that would hurt, but you can't. Well, what you could do, actually, invisibility is a 2nd level spell, so what you could do is actually messy instead. You have the 2 invisibilities are inside the ring, correct?
Yep.
So that's how you can cast 2 of them. However, if you actually cast invisibility as a 3rd level spell instead of a 2nd level spell, you can cast it on 2 people simultaneously.
And then I burn my 3rd level slots?
You burn up 1 3rd level slot, and it would cover 2
Yep.
people. That could be you and Erwin.
But Erwin still makes a shit ton of noise.
He does, but when you're invisible, you have advantage. When you are of the army, you have disadvantage. The 2 of them...
So it makes it normal.
Correct.
We have an extra potion of invisibility.
Okay, let's give him that.
I thought of
And
that
the other
too.
2 I'm not worried about.
And we just give that to him and then, not worry about the other 2. That way he doesn't have to burn through his spell slots.
Rena's rubbing her shoulder, where she is still recovering from those injuries. Let's not wear ourselves down any further than we need to. We're already taking a complete stranger in on our cause, because we're desperate.
I mean,
Alright.
if you want to do that, I'm fine with that.
Okay, we'll give him the potion of invisibility then.
Okay.
Or we have this nice scroll of Pass Without a Trace that would be very helpful for him.
I mean, if
Well, I
somebody
thought
has
we-
them,
Sorry.
please.
I was going
What?
to say, I thought we were going to save that for escaping. We had to.
It wasn't that. Pass Without a Trace is amazing at what it does for you. The issue is that it is not a skill that any of you guys have. Cast of that spell is not an arcane spell; it's a divine spell because it's a druid spell. So you have to make a check to be able to roll it.
Oh.
Yeah, you can actually roll an Arcana check to roll it, but you still have to make a check.
I mean, honestly, if you guys think the potion is enough, I just want to make sure that our people don't die before they get to their task that they're supposed to be helping us with.
It would make a great distraction, though.
Yeah, I mean, I would say.
What would make a great distraction?
Them getting attacked.
Oh, them, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like, well.
And the cool thing about Pass Without Trace is it is you and companions within 30 feet of you. Plus 10 on dex checks. So if you're invisible and you have that, you're rolling with advantage and a plus 10. So he would be rolling with advantage, disadvantage is neutral, but a plus 10. And his dexterity is probably a -1 and no proficiency. So that would give him a plus 9 to his stealth checks. He'd be as stealthy as I think Yondis was, walking around in heavy armor. If you could successfully pull off that spell. The downside is reading that scroll means you're the caster of the spell, means that you're actually concentrating on that spell, means you wouldn't be able to cast invisibility. So, in theory, what you would have is, let's say it is the mage or Elijah casting the scroll and successfully does so. That's his concentration. You give the potion to him, you use the ring for the two of them. Cool across the board. Great job, guys. But then you are rolling with the plus 10, Elijah, but not with advantage. Up to you, boyo.
I'm just throwing it out there that we want them to make it there alive. That's it.
Yeah.
I think...
And we're literally at the last tiny nitty gritty detail before we can actually press, go trigger.
I think a potion would be fine. I mean, he's got 2 people with him that know their way around.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't be able to see him. They can only hear him.
I mean, if he's close enough to them.
They'll know. They'll know he's there.
Yeah, they can always tell him, like,
Erwin, yeah.
Go hide. Okay, so potion.
I think it'll work.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So you guys give him the potion. You're not reading any scrolls, correct? Just again, we're hit that last nitty gritty. No scrolls. We're good there. Perfect. All right. So then the plan is for everybody to sneak up to the appropriate places, as Rena was saying beforehand, and Tyler was agreeing with, and Messy's opinion doesn't matter only because his character is new to the plot. Is that you guys are going to go separate? You're not leading up with the 6 together. They're going to go their own separate way, but at the same time as you, so the 6 of you don't get caught together. I want you guys to do me a favor. For sneaking up there, you're going to be rolling me your stealth checks, because all of you are going to be literally drinking the potion or using the ring, whatever it is, immediately before going. You get advantage just on this check to get to the building you're trying to get to.
On stealth?
Si, senor.
Well, this should be fun.
Kia. There you go. Just casting it.
All right,
Thanks.
I'll roll first, I guess. Yep.
Oh, shit.
We all get advantage. That's what you're
over,
saying.
Isn't it?
Hey, Tyler, just so you know, you have a +1 on that one. Because of Prayer to the Gods that was enacted. I should actually press this right here.
Yeah.
It's not gonna help.
Oh, Jesus, Messy. Well, at least the one in armor is sneaky. Oh, God. Oh, this is a bad start to a plan. Should we take a break? Should we take a break now?
Do you need a break to decide what the fuck's about to happen? It's like, I didn't prepare for this.
He's like, wait a minute. You guys were
I
supposed
imagine,
to...
Scott, this is how I imagine what happened.
Can I
We
go
go
again?
invisible, and Ophios and Rena are really in tune with each other, but this new guy here
Not exactly.
doesn't know how Ophios moves,
I bump
which is
into Ophius.
kind of abnormal, and we run into each other, and Ophios just said, "You mother."
You keep slithering into me. What do you mean by slithering? See these robes I'm wearing? I'm just kind of in a Harry Potter kind of mood. No, sorry. So you did not appreciate that joke there, Messy. Your face looks quite pained.
I don't really care for Harry Potter.
Oh.
So I'm sorry. Just
Good
buzzkill
game,
today.
guys.
It's just gonna be like that.
Luck it. Luck it?
It's over.
It's not
No,
worth looking.
seriously. Well, I mean, you are invisible. They are suspecting, but you are invisible, so it's only relying on hearing. You are going technically against people's passive perception. I mean, you
That's
are welcome
worse,
to
isn't
luck it. What?
Is it passive perception above a 10 almost always?
Not necessarily.
Isn't it 10 plus modifier?
Again, not necessarily because you're going with listening, not only listening, not just seeing. So there are other factors involved as well. It's up to you. I mean, you can try to luck it and get yourselves to a less
Do I
embarrassing
waste a
number.
luck die just to roll a 1, guys? Is that the plan here?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, you're gonna roll it first before I decide whether I'm lucking it.
You won't roll 1.
All right, I'll roll a luck
Famous last words from Rena. Wow.
to decide if Ophios rolls luck too. Okay, I'm at a 9.
Told you.
Okay, so you.
Why are there more aids appearing?
Because there's an 8 for each of you. It was Rena, then Elijah, then Ophios. It says
Thank
an
you.
8
Oh.
on there as to who.
right. I guess I will roll luck if that got a +1 because that would give him a 10.
That actually gives
No,
him
it
a 10
doesn't.
total. It does get him a 10 total. Yep.
It does?
Yeah, because
you're-
aid.
Yep. So you're currently at a
I
10.
thought it
now.
was. I thought the other one gave it.
I am now an 11.
If you scroll up,
Wow.
There was a prayer to the.
Oh,
martyr
that's the
down
whole
earlier as
party. Yeah.
well. Correct.
Okay.
Correct, sir.
So 10 and 11. Okay. It
Awesome.
sucks.
So you, the 3 of you each try to make. Rena, I'm sorry. Did you want to luck your roll? I know 23 is kind of shaky.
No. I'm fine.
If she lucks, can she defer her luck to me?
So what it is that different people handle
no.
problems differently, right? You guys lost, 2 of you guys lost Yondis very recently. And so
I-
Rena's perspective, who has lost many people in the past before, is she's pissed, right? She just wants to get this job done. As soon as she gets the job done, maybe then she can go try to find him. Exactly what happened to him. Maybe when she gets the job done, she can fucking enact vengeance on that guy that hunted them down. Find out what his whole deal was and take him down. Or at least at the very least, when she gets the job done, she can spend a moment to grieve the fact that she just lost a friend. So she's kind of in that focus that like, let's get it done, and then sneak off into the city. Ophios, however, has literally never lost anyone before. Not that he hasn't seen people that he knows very well die. It's just that he has never had a connection with anybody else prior to these 2 fools. So literally losing Yondis was the first time he's ever experienced this kind of sadness. You know what I mean? So it's
This kind of distraction.
even just emotion in general. Maybe he's not even familiar with sadness, But either way, so distraction. And so it's kind of throwing him off his game. His mind keeps wandering, keeps thinking, maybe, if Yondis was here, or maybe if only I was, maybe kind of like his mind stuck in that moment of how he could have done something differently. And let's be honest, guys. Chat, he was literally the one that told Rena, no, we have to run. And there's going to be a degree of guilt that weighs on him for that as well. And that's going to be distracting him. So he's just a little out of turn and he's making a bit of noise. Luckily for him, if you want to call it that, the amount of noise he's making is outdone by the amount of noise that this clumsy wizard that threw a fireball in mist is making along the way as well. Seeming to be a master of casting illusion spells, able to make so many people invisible, but yet doesn't really know how to utilize the talent once he has it. So you guys are sneaking through, and he is just being so loud. It is more than once that a random person that you pass by looks in the direction of which you're walking. There was that time where he literally bumps into you, and you said something along the lines of "Sup, bruh," or whatever it is, "Bestie steppin'," and literally like a group of people just completely stop their conversation, stare in the direction of where you guys are. In my mind, I also see a bit of a slap fight, like a between them, but that's just because we're trying to lighten the mood. However, it's as you guys get close to the building that you need to get to. The arena's literally already climbed up the building. No climb checks or anything like that needed because it was.
Rena jumps on it. She used potion of jump.
Oh, she didn't even quaff that yet. You guys only went invisible so far.
Oh.
So where she closed over to the building and she quickly loops up and climbs up. There were crates or whatever there to make it easy for you when you guys came to do this. She's climbing up there and probably looking out and surveying the area when you guys are unfortunately making noise again. Yondis, you climb up. Nope. Ophios, you climb up on the barrel.
He's back.
Oh god.
You climb up
Yondis
on the barrel
appears.
that you're supposed to go up to, climb on, to climb up onto this building. It was going to be like a barrel, then a crate, and then get up there, or vice versa. And while you're still on there, you haven't stepped off yet. That unfortunately Elijah just didn't know that you were there. And so he starts climbing up it as well, which ends up causing this thing to overbalance. And it finally catches where you're still standing on the thing, but not without making a lot of ruckus in the area. Unfortunately, capturing the attention of a couple of patrolling guards that happen to be nearby. Rena, could you go ahead and roll me a perception check yourself, pretty please?
Yes.
A little cherry on top. Some sprinkles.
Make sure it's normal before you roll it.
Yeah, I just changed it. Thank you.
Not bad. Do you want to look it?
Come on, bro.
No.
Okay.
It's
So
fine.
don't forget that's actually an 18 from Prayer of the Martyr, dropped by. By the way, I do want to point out all that love came from Oklo. The prayer, all the aids came from Oklo.
Oklo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Feels bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how did that happen? Because we might have some new people here.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Tyler, actually, for reminding me about that. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. If you're not very familiar with it, we're playing a game called Aurorum, Regicide. You see, it was difficult for me to remember the title because we have 3 different campaigns in the same world that all intermix with one another along the same timeline using different rule systems because I don't like to sleep, apparently. Anyways, if you as a viewer want to interact with the show, you're welcome to do so. Or you do so utilizing the daddies system. This is actually, you can literally exclamation point type daddies, IES, enter, and you see how many you have. You literally just get those by sitting there and watching the show. Sometimes you see a little chest appear somewhere on the screen. You click it, and you get more daddies that way. Subscribing, literally /host. Hosting gets it. Being a part of a raid gets you daddies. You can also do other forms of support like bit drops of anything over 100 because that's the minimum that the system allows me to do. Gift subs, tip donations, all those things also earn daddies as well in case you are able and willing to do that, but no pressure by any stretch. Some people just sit back and relax and then just gamble their way up there in daddies and can spend them that way. You can choose to use those to positively or negatively impact the campaign one way or another. Cool. Rena, with your 18, when you and welcome. Rena, with your 18, you actually look over the ledge, and you see that it wasn't described poorly when that guard came and talked to you. Those 2 buildings side by side, effectively making like that square rectangle on the city down map, top-down map, is lined with guards. Not like shoulder to shoulder, shield out, but if you had to guess just by how many you can see from your current viewpoint, and then just assume the same amount on the other side, there's probably upwards 40 guards just outside this building right now.
So where am I in relation to the other 2? Like there's these 2 on the street, and then I'm like on a building like.
Yeah, so they're not quite on the building. So you're so like I keep describing is I'll just draw a quick little square for you.
Some squares would be nice.
Squares are nice. Where can I do this that would work for chat? Let's go.
Just pull up paint.
Yeah, I got it right here. So square is, I always forget. Snap to grid is hold shift. I think there is a grid. And we're going to use yellow as a bright color. Maybe that will stand out. I'll use pink. Oop. Okay, or not. Good job, Roll20. I'm going to blame Roll20 even though it's my fault. There we go. Draw a shape, hold Alt for circles. Shift to snap to grid. There we go. There it is. So if you imagine this is like the actual building itself, right? Mm-hmm. So the area that has the hold on. I'm trying to make this a little bit cleaner for you guys. I'm honestly putting too much investment into this. It's not that big of a deal. So if you imagine this is like the building or whatever it is where they're going, you're kind of in a spot that is right about a little building right here, right? You can imagine there's a whole bunch of little buildings that stretch around this, leaving kind of like an open road. And there we go. Right there. And just once again, finish this up and give you like an open road spot. We're going to do like a, what did I say, shift? This works well enough. I will grab that and move it. Oh, nope. That's not a grabbing tool. The grabbing tool tweaked out on me. Perfect. There we go. So it's kind of like you imagine that black box right there is kind of like the road. And so you would just be sitting kind of on this little spot right here. Sitting on this little building. Oh, my apologies. This little building here, you want to jump straight across.
Okay, got it.
And so from where you can see, you could, of course, see guards all along here. And maybe like a little bit up this way, and guards like right over in this direction, just because obviously your point of view that you can see from being on top of the building right here, as we were saying. These two fools are literally just like right back here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're just in this like kind of like back little alleyway, about to climb up onto the back of this building. And again, there are roads that come off all different places from this central area, and so there's a bunch of different places where guards can go. This is where they happen to notice them. So Rena, you're just going to be in this cute little spot right here, overlooking and seeing, like I said, if you had to guess, just shy of 40, about 40 guards around there. And just to make this ultra clear, because Tyler was asking about it beforehand, if you had to guess, you'd say this orange one right here is actually the barracks. So yay, barracks. I don't know why I keep drawing shapes on me. And this one over here is actually where the jail is. You weren't sure which one he was going to be in. You just needed to get it inside of it either way. Cool?
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to erase all this because it's not necessary.
Yeah, we were aiming to get on the tallest one if possible.
Yep. Which is why you had to do this like a little climb up off of A, B, C, so on and so forth. You guys made your noise.
Yep.
Rena, you heard them make that noise. You literally heard that happen over there. But more importantly, you also heard off the building to your side, a couple of guards say, wow, what the hell was that? Let me check it out. And they're going around to investigate. And the two of you guys, as Ophios is whipping around to say or do something, come up here, you know what I mean? Literally, as he's whipping around to do that, you see guards coming up from behind, not even 15 feet away.
How far away am I from them?
You're on top of the building right next to them, so
Is
within easy
there
movement range.
Anything on top of the building?
Like what?
Like I don't know, crates. Like you'd mentioned crates before. Is
Not
there
on top of
kind of
this.
stuff?
No. Yeah, the buildings all have a bit of like a slope to them. You know, temperate climate and all.
Because I was wondering if I could try to either knock something over in a different direction, or, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah, something to try to distract
Maybe I
them.
could take out a window in a different building or something, but close enough to them that they'd be like turned around. You know what I mean?
Sure. So if we're going to start jumping into taking little actions like this, which I am, of course, 100% for, why don't we... my apologies. Were you guys not on the correct screen to see what I was drawing?
Nope.
I
you saw it
was
on
watching
stream.
it.
On
I was
stream.
watching it on stream.
I was
yeah.
watching it on stream.
That's
well,
funny.
I didn't watch it on stream. I watched it when you started pinging where the buildings were, so I had no clue where anything was.
All right. So anyways, this is, you guys can roll for initiative with your little characters.
I don't like how this new guy looks. He's weird.
Elijah?
Change is
Yeah.
different and hard for you, huh?
No, he doesn't have a red background to match Regicide. He looks like an outlier.
Yeah, it's because,
It was-
what's his name made it for us?
The
Oh,
eight of
gosh.
the martyr, was that temporary health points?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Let me add those.
Just
really
make
quick.
sure you click the one that has your name on it.
Well, I think it looks good,
Got it.
Josh, if you're here. Thank you.
I think it looks good. I'm just saying it doesn't match.
Rena, can you also roll your perception, your
Initiative,
thank
yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
You want to swap?
Yeah.
Can we swap?
So Ophios, you whip around and you see them there, and in whipping around and seeing them there, you're actually able to act first, and however you want to act. Are you gonna base run, just loop your way up the 90-20?
I'm gonna try and commune with snakes if they're nearby.
There's not really many snakes inside of a
Oh my
city
god.
there, buddy. You really are doing Slytherin house, huh?
I was gonna say start speaking in parcel tongue. Yeah.
Ophios will actually quickly whisper to the guy. He'd be like, maybe you should summon an animal.
To Elijah, you mean?
Yeah.
Did you have one in mind?
Trash pandas. I don't give a shit.
Summoning spells tend to be concentration, which would break the concentration on his,
damn
his
it.
ability.
Yeah.
I
thought you were just memeing for the joke.
A part of it, but I also didn't know it was concentration. So,
Actually, by the way, fun thing. Last week I talked about Josiah. That's Dungeon Papa, I believe is his Twitch name. He does conversions into 5e. He was on last night's session, like watching, and he straight up said, give him a week or so, he'll actually convert Pathfinder's summon monster spells into 5e for us. So super cool. So much love to Elijah for that one. Nope, Josiah, not Elijah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was about to say different biblical character.
I feel like my hands are tied in here because I'm invisible. I can't really do anything to deceive them, and also I feel like I need to roll perception to see if I notice that they're coming.
No, you did. You turned around and you're like, huh?
DM
Yeah,
said that
they're
you
like
did.
15 seconds away, feet away.
Has the barrel or whatever actually moved from its
Yeah,
normal...
absolutely. Yeah, well, no, I wouldn't say it's normal stuff, but it's definitely shifted. It's definitely made noise. And if somebody's really paying attention, they'd see it's probably still got a bit of a rock to it at the moment, But you have to really be looking to notice it.
Can I take an action to try and make it stop rocking whatsoever?
More or less, Tyler, you're rolling me a stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got. It was that, or I was going to try and do a deception, but I'm invisible, so trying to do a deception, I can't think of how it would work.
Unless you have the mummer's rough, right?
No one's here.
No, I was thinking like if I threw something, like something ran off, or made
Like your
something
voice.
look like it ran off, but I can't do that.
Just run.
I throw the challenge glove down.
Oh my god.
Challenge me, I'm invisible.
How would that work if you can't see? Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, I roll stealth. Do I still have advantage because I'm
Oh,
invisible?
yep.
Okay.
It's better.
Do you want to luck die that? Because they're going to be going against an active search now.
Because they're active, yes.
So you have a 15 currently.
I hit the button, I think.
Josh said procrastination. All right, and what are you doing, Messi? You're next.
He did not say procrastination.
But
Why are
prestidigitation would... I can't cast it far enough away. And I can only like light a fire. I can't create
You rolled 17.
Okay.
fake thing.
We'll see if that 17 matters shortly.
Um,
What are you doing?
And Ophios will simply just say, "Don't move."
A couple of T-Rexes.
Just kind of as a rash decision, he's going to from the direction that they were coming from behind, he's gonna produce a mage hand to either knock something over or like shake a door or something like that to make it seem like there's something moving over there.
Okay. So you have to cast Mage Hand then?
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and just bloop it in chat for me real quick? Thank you so much. Oh, yep, you could do that without it being an issue, aside from the fact that there is somatic, not a big deal, but there is a verbal component to that, just so you're aware. Verbal means that you have to actually say words, which means they can actively potentially hear you.
Well, they're 15 seconds away by walk,
15
so I imagine
15
if I
feet away.
whisper it.
15 feet away.
15 feet.
And
Maybe
the
if
thing
I
is, like, I understand what you're saying, whisper it, but you're supposed to say these words with confidence. Like, this have to. So I'm not saying that you can't say it
unless
quieter.
he has this...
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't say it quieter, but you can't just like mouthlessly like.
It's not mouthless, but yeah, let's say it quieter.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But again, there has
Quiet
to
as
be
he can, I
confidence
guess.
to it. So what I'm going to do for you, sir, is that'll affect their DC. So that'll affect their die roll, but you can just roll me your stealth still.
Awesome.
Just try to be as quiet as possible with a
And
normal.
I get to keep advantage?
Normal stealth roll. It's audio.
Normal stealth roll? Okay,
Audio.
that's a problem. No, it's not.
Oh!
Ooh, that's a 20 with the +1, right? Yeah, so.
He's used to having to quietly cast mage hands so nobody notices, you know?
It happens all the time.
Oh, when he's alone in his room, I get it.
No.
or not alone.
He wants
Why
it
would
to
I
feel like
whisper
it's
if I'm
somebody
alone?
else.
He's like, so guys, I call it the stranger.
I call it the wizard stranger.
No, I thought it was Rachel. Is it a right hand or a left hand?
It got two thumbs
Luthera.
actually.
That's right. It's
so.
the left hand. We call it Luthera. That's what we'll do. We'll call it Luthera, right, guys? All right,
No,
moving
that's
on.
right.
I'm sorry, Rena.
They're going to make their perception check against this because it's there next. And you know what? I'm nice. I'm nice. Am I a nice DM, guys? I am a nice DM. So I'm gonna
The nicest.
I'm gonna open roll this for no reason. Not because when I open roll I get to use Daddy's dice. Where is my perception skill? There. There it
Fingers
is.
crossed it's a negative.
These
but it won't
are.
be.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a positive modifier.
Probably a
They are
+2.
like city watch, yeah.
Okay, here we go. No, it's normal roll. Bam.
Oh my!
There was no winning.
There was no winning.
We were not
What
gonna
is
win
their
that one.
plus?
What?
It's a +3.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They see, so I imagine they see the barrel moving and then it stops.
Yeah, well,
Or
yeah. That
a guy
Almost
whisked-
almost
never-
unnaturally.
They would
Pretty
see the
much
barrel
every-
moving
they just
and
saw
it'd stop,
everything.
and then they would hear, like one of them would like as they stand there, they kind of like stop. One of them like hits the other one and like gestures towards the barrel that was moving, and he's like, "Yeah, you hear that?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so you know, one of them didn't have a sword out. He gets it out. The other one already had a spear out, and so now they're actively moving towards the direction of where you guys are.
What are you asking about on the negative there, Josh?
I think he's saying because they were, because we were invisible or something, or they didn't know exactly where to search or something like that. But
They technically have a -1 to their rolls because of the their
But
prayer
it
of the martyr.
doesn't. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Messi does get a +1, which is a 20, and they
That's
do
a
get
20.
a -1, which is a 20. That's a tie, but ties don't necessarily go to the PC. You're setting the DC for me to beat, right?
It's just, is it like
Okay.
armor class or is it different?
You're setting the DC for me
I
to
think
beat.
it should be a
you know,
roll-off.
Actually, you know what? No, it doesn't need to be a roll off. Because if it is opposed rolls, my ruling is always if it's opposed rolls, PC wins on a tie.
Okay.
Just like initiative.
Yeah.
Chinks
Okay.
Coke, you owe me a poke. So
I have 4 Cokes in the fridge if you want one of those.
yeah, go
that's
get
not
one.
what I asked for. So you actually, you know what? They do not hear it. Thank you, Josh, for hey Twitch viewers, if you want to interact, you can do that too. Just say, Scott, you're stupid. Could you just fucking play right? Then it's just they see the barrel move. So one of them hits the other one. It's like, you see that? And he's like, what? Oh, I do. So again, not
Josh, stop. Why'd he say that? That's so messed up.
problem is, Josh, I never get to do anything like that. Hold on, I need to click something. Anyways.
He already declared it and started describing it this time.
Well, he declared it the first time too, and then took it back.
But technically that was a rule thing as opposed to the daddy thing.
Where is
One's a decision, one's
Don't
not a
do it.
decision. It's a rules.
Don't do it.
So they start making their way over towards the barrel that had creaked back and forth a couple of times, trying to investigate exactly what it was that was creaking. The one with his sword, so the one with the spear out, kind of like goes a bit around wide and starts reaching up with the spear, not to like thrust or anything like that. You can tell he's going to actually poke like how it's pointed down. He's going to actually give the barrel like a shove to see if like he can make it move again. Trying to investigate the situation a little bit further. The other one, however, does go over to where it was that he heard the voice, and he does not have his sword out thrusting or poking either. It's kind of like just walking over there and trying to see what things are, sort of out and by his side as he's investigating that noise that he heard, that almost whisper sound. As they're inching closer and closer, right as the tip of the spear is going to touch the barrel to give it like that shove. The guy with the sword out turns to him and says, "Hey, yeah, you think it's a ghost? Stop it, man! You're fucking with me." He's like, "No, really. What if it's a ghost? You heard about what's happening down south? No, seriously. I've heard some of them are slipping by the borders." Oh. I'm just kidding. It's not gonna ghost. And then they continue to go, and he's again the first one. places his spear at the tip of the barrel and gives it a hard shove.
Can I do something to when they say the ghost? Can I have a reactionary thing?
Like what?
I just want to go. Yeah, don't mess with me.
It's a terrible idea.
Would you like to, Tyler?
Please don't.
Tyler, would you like to?
Please don't.
I actually do kind of want to do that now.
Would Ophios do that?
Yeah.
No, Ophios wouldn't do that.
No.
Okay,
I want to
alright.
do that, but Ophios wouldn't.
Darn. I was hopeful. All right.
You wanted a TPK?
He gives the barrel
Come
a legit hard shove. He gives the barrel
Acrobatics or...
like a...
Would I have enough time to have prepped to jump off it? Like, obviously, they probably didn't approach and run.
No, but if you jumped off it, you obviously know what you literally said that you were kind of like making it stop shaking, right? So he gives it, you have other means of getting out of there if need be. He gives the thing this hard shove, and the thing does not move. Sorry. The thing does not move at first. It's like, what the hell? And he kind of like braces himself and shoves as hard as he can, and it actually does teeter a bit. Roll me an acrobatics check. Flat.
Yep, normal.
Come on.
Why are you rolling, Elijah? You're standing on the ground. You're good, man.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
we both got on the barrel.
You
No, I'm on the
perfectly-
barrel. You didn't get
Oh,
on.
okay.
Perfectly move with it. So even though the thing is clearly hard to shove, and he noticed that because you're standing on it and you got a big old booty. The barrel itself does not like knock you over or anything like that. You're able to stay on it comfortably, riding with it. Maybe even reducing the amount that your weight is affecting that second shove, right? You, Elijah, the other guy comes over to where it is that you were. And like I said, he has a sword down by his side, and with his open hand, he just starts kind of like reaching out in the area where like the hand is getting kind of like close to your face. Like one of the, almost like your siblings, like, I'm not touching you, like very close to your face. And I imagine your character instinctively is kind of like leaning back as he's getting very, very close. I'm actually going to roll another perception check really quickly for a different DC. And then we're going to move off of their initiative.
I imagine because Ophios is used to being a snake, he's able to move with a wibbly wobbly barrel.
Doesn't matter. He punched me in the mouth.
As he's reaching out, he literally, it's like one of those, like it's almost like he can smell. It's almost like he can smell you there. You know, if you're obnoxiously close to somebody, you can literally smell them. And you guys did come off the road, you know? So you are wearing the same clothes you wore yesterday. Rena, it's your turn.
Oh, good. Oh, finally. Okay, I still want to stick to my original idea of trying to maybe shooting an arrow at something behind them.
Aggressive
Like
action.
Is it?
Yep.
No. If she's
If
just
it's not
tossing a
against
rock
someone
or something,
else.
yeah, that would be fine.
Okay, then maybe I'll toss like a stone if there is one or something I could find on the roof of wherever.
Yep. You could definitely, I mean, so the roof itself is made out of, you know, because you think about where you are, right? This is a mountainous region, so on and so forth. So they would have three kinds of roofs, like a wooden roof, like a pivoted wooden roof. They would have a thatchet roof for places that like they can't really do better. And sometimes they would even have like a clay roof because of like how much mining that they do. They'd actually be able to get a lot of like the mining dust and be able to like mix that together to make almost like clay slates.
Just like tiles or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Josh's comment made me think that this guard is like, do you have strep throat?
Anyways.
What happened? Okay, I want to throw like, I guess if it's a tile roof, a tile or something like that.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, fortunately for you, this happens to be one of those slate tile roofs. It's one of the taller buildings, one of the nicer buildings. It's one of the ones that can actually support you. So it would be
Okay.
that.
Cool.
So
I hope you're throwing it onto the other roof before it slides down.
So you would want to grab that slate and lift it up without them necessarily knowing that you're picking it up off this roof. To do that dexterously, could you actually go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand?
Yeah.
You have a pretty high dex, but I know you're not
That's a 5, Rena. Would you like to
No,
that?
not worth it. Not even
no,
worth it.
I already know it's gonna fail. So
Just like everything else we've done.
Immediately when you pick up that slate tile, it's one of those things where you quietly drag it out. You can barely hear with you standing there holding it, picking up that slate tile. Not understanding the construction of roofs, however, because you don't have knowledge architecture engineering, is like tick, 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 as a bunch of the tiles kind of shift into place from above it.
Yep.
And the bottom one, just from the force of all the other ones, literally slides off the roof and smashes to, down below nearby where the guards were. The big question is, this slate, is it going to be the front side or the back side you're pulling it from?
Ooh. Gotta roll.
I would say that 75% chance it's the back side, 25 the front side. So,
all right.
Rena, why don't you roll me a D100? Is it low as bad or high as bad?
Low is bad.
Okay.
You should have called it after you rolled.
Yeah.
Shake my head.
Oh.
You
I'm
can't,
just kidding. You can't do that.
Shows a 2.
Oh,
Yay.
59.
Cool. So you're good to go. You pull from the backside. So it does smash down by their feet, which certainly surprises the hell out of everybody. All 4 of them down there. Surprises the hell out of them. You certainly got their attention. However, somebody goes, on the roof. Says the guy that was reaching out in front of, what's his name? Elijah. And the guy that's holding the barrel is looking up in the air. He's like, I see nothing, but let's check it out. And so, unfortunately, the easiest way onto the roof is up on top of the barrel. And so he immediately goes to jump forward to get on top of the barrel, but immediately in front of him is Elijah. So, Elijah, I need you to do me 2 rolls to jump out of the way from this guy who's trying to jump through you.
I tried, guys.
No, you're fine, because your turn's not done. This is just the reaction to this, right? This is just like we're going to go back to your turn. Roll me
Trip him.
an acrobatics check to get out of the way.
Why did it have to be acrobatics?
That's
Normal?
what makes sense.
'Cause I'm not-
That is what makes
not
sense.
prepared.
Normal. Yep.
Okay.
You keep rolling behind this thing over here. That's a 9 total. Do you want to luck that?
I mean, we have 4. If it.
You do you, whatever you think here, because the best you can get is a 13.
Well, it's a 9, so I could get, if the DC's a 10, I could get a 10. But
Correct, but I don't know what the DC is, and I'm pretty.
Could be
I
a
would
12.
guess it's not a 10. It's probably
be a
higher than a
12. So let's
Could
hope
be.
it's a 12. I clicked it and it did nothing, so we'll
10.
wait.
Just wait. Yeah.
Yep, you'll be fine. So he jumps forward and tries to do that one. The guy with the spear does it. Oh, hey, that's
13,
a
baby.
13. Yeah. Lucky number 11. Wait. So you he goes to jump and you literally are just barely getting out of the way of him
Trip over.
going there. However, does he notice you doing this? You get out of the way physically.
He seems
but
busy.
to get out of the way quietly, you are actually able to roll in a stealth with advantage.
Okay.
Double ones.
14.
15.
15. You are able to jump out of the way without him noticing you. You're like just flopping on the ground, like dropping on the ground as he starts to clamber up onto the barrel. There's one more person between him and where he's trying to get to because somebody else is up there. Rita, you accidentally dropped that slate. You heard the guy shout, "Up on the roof! There's somebody there!" And like start to go, and you can start to go and move. What do you do?
It's a rat.
Yeah.
I mean, your distractions seem to work.
It kind of worked, yeah. So maybe.
Throw another more of the ceiling.
Do I still have the tile in my hand?
Yep.
If you hit him, it breaks
No, I
your
do.
invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna hit him though.
You don't hit him. You just haplessly throw it in the air directly over his head, straight up, and just like wait. And then like, oh, it hit him.
Oh, I thought that was gonna. Wow.
No, don't
No.
play with it like that.
I'm not gonna do it.
You could set it down and it slides off.
I don't think any of that's gonna work.
No.
No,
no.
it's what you do in general, so you have a lot of options here.
Rod.
I was gonna. Yeah, I want to go to because I literally just hopped from another building, right? or I was going
No,
to.
you just climbed up onto this building. You're
I
getting
just
ready
climbed
to-
up onto
yeah.
this one. Oh, okay.
Oh, you could drink your jump and move
and
forward.
just jump up there, but then that'd be leaving you guys.
And, leave a lot of tiles.
You don't know where we are. You don't know where we are.
You yell down, "I got your back."
Shut up! I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that to me again.
That's the title of this
God.
episode. I got your back.
Which is that's the title of this whole
No one's
fucking
died yet.
campaign. Okay.
Okay.
It's 3 syllables. Got your back.
I got your back.
Regicide.
Fuck. All right. No, I'm not gonna do that. Isn't there another
Well-
building that a similar height near next to
You
this
are
one?
literally trying to go up onto the barracks right now. Is that
Yeah,
not-
the barracks in front of me, but I'm asking if there's another one to the
Correct.
side.
There is, and you could try to make that check. Obviously, the drinking of the jump potion when you do is to get you up onto the.
Yeah, and I don't want to go up there yet until they can too, because that's the whole point. So,
Again,
Correct.
I would say if we're all invisible, none of us can see invisibility.
but I know that they're down. You guys are
Shush.
down there, right? Because
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I heard them.
Yep. No doubt in your mind.
So I'm gonna jump to the building next to me.
Sure. So you're just gonna kind of like run, jump, and you didn't take the jump potion yet.
No.
So you're literally just gonna do like a run, jump. You're
Yeah.
going to have to. What's your strength score again?
It is 16.
Currently a 16, and I think you can jump up to 1 foot per strength point. So you can jump up to 16 feet with a 10-foot running head start, which you can do on the roof. Now, running on the roof makes noise. The jump will make noise, but it will get you away. You have to make for me an athletics check to jump, right? I believe is what it is.
That sounds
5e jumping.
That
We
would
do-
that would make sense.
Or acrobatics.
Athletics makes sense for distance because it's a strength check. Acrobatics makes sense for landing because it's dexterous.
You said
Yeah,
16.
makes sense.
How tall is your character?
How tall is she? Oh
Yeah.
God, I don't even
I
remember.
don't even know why this matters. Why is it asking how tall I am? So 10-foot movement, your jump is 16 feet horizontally. If you jump, you just need to make a. If there are obstacles in the way, you have to make a DC 10 strength check, athletics check.
Okay.
Got it.
Crush it.
Yeah.
But here's the fun part, because you're also jumping to land on another slanted roof, though this one being a wooden one, so you don't have to worry about tiles falling off. With your tiles still in your hand, mind you. You have to make me a DC 10 acrobatics check.
The tile's not invisible.
Yes, it is. It's in our
It's
possession.
invisible when I picked it up.
If you pick something up, it turns visible when you're invisible for some reason.
Depends on the situation, but yes. Like if you pick up a date,
Ooh,
then
killed that acrobatics.
Crushed it.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Also,
So,
she's probably like 5'7" or something like that. Average height. You asked how tall she was. I didn't answer your question, so there it is, just in case.
That's a bit taller than average. I thought
She's 9'13".
5'6" is
nine
average.
feet tall.
Wears size 22 Nikes.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason why they wanted it is so how your how high you can reach up and grab something. So if you're 5'7", you can with a 6-foot jump off the ground height, which is insane and like broken as hell that you can jump 6 feet up because
Yep.
it's impossible. You can
Yep.
grab something that's 14.3 feet off the ground.
Rena can
Amazing.
dunk. Rena can dunk. Confirmed.
Seriously.
No, the idea is that Rena, because 6 feet, if I'm standing flat-footed on the ground, Rena could jump and clear my head. She would brush my hair. So I'm 5'11", so she would literally jump and brush my hair. And
She'd
that's-
kick
jump
me on the
over
top
you.
of my
Magic.
forehead. She'd kick me in the top of the forehead.
Sorry. Better duck.
It's just that D&D is so goofy. 5e is so goofy, sorry.
And I'm in full armor. Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. But either way, so moving on.
She works out. Yeah.
Work out.
She's
So,
been doing her squats.
You run, you jump, and actually you don't make that much noise. With 25 acrobatics, you make almost no noise running across, maybe a little shifting of the tiles up above. And when you land on the other side, sure, there's a thump of your landing, but no additional noise, scratches, or anything like that. You gain your balance very easily on the other side. You're gone. Back to you, boys. That was her turn. Ophios, it's you. What do you do?
They're
as this man
coming
is
at
starting to
me.
Clamber up. Yeah, he's starting to climb up. He's like,
He's coming right for us. That's when you shoot him.
No. I rob him. I'm gonna roll sleight of hand, Scott.
He's like, I'm just gonna grab that coin purse.
I mean, I assume I would just probably jump off, and hope they collide into each other if they're both going for the same barrel.
No. One's climbing up, the other one's obviously hanging back and waiting while he climbs up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get off of the barrel then, very quickly.
So you're gonna try to stealthily jump off the barrel?
Yeah.
Sure. Honestly, unless you're trying to do something cute, beyond just literally jump out of the way, you just need to roll me a stealth check. You don't need to roll me acrobatics. Again, unless you're trying to jump or do something. Yeah, but again, unless you're trying to do something cute. Like trying to jump somewhere specific, so on and so forth.
The only thing I would make that would be kind of cute that I was thinking about doing is somehow making it so the barrel's still wobbly when he tries to get on, so maybe he falls.
That'd be very difficult to, unless you like lean your feet up on it and then jump off, but they might see the barrel shift in front of them before he does it, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Then I'll just roll my stealth.
Cool. You gotta roll it for me. And then because I'm a jerk, you jumped off the barrel, but you don't know where your friend is. You couldn't jump too far, but he's also not too far either. That being said, there's a chance that you land on your friend. Chad, what do you think the percentage chance of that is, that he might accidentally land on his friends? Do you think it's like a 20% chance? 98.5% chance? 85% chance?
Please
Jesus.
be nice, Chad. Please don't be like Josh.
85% chance I hit him? I would think it'd be depending, because I would have had some. So my argument here is I would have had some orientation of where he came from because he ran into me trying to get on the same barrel.
Mm-hmm. But you also
so I
don't know
wouldn't
where he went
jump
afterwards.
in that direction. Correct.
Yeah. So that being said, I think it's pretty fair to say I'll be a little bit more generous than Steve and Jake are. I'm going to say 25% chance.
Okay.
So why don't you roll high or low? What is bad? It's bad to be high?
Yeah.
All right. Remember that, children. After school special. It's bad to be high.
If you get this wrong, we can play Daelric now, so.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
That was close to the middle.
Yep. Yep.
It's
In
close
fact,
to the middle
on
as
a
you can get.
D100, the lowest you can roll is a 1.
Yep.
So it is the exact middle.
Yep.
I mean. No.
49 and 49 on each side.
Okay. Fair. I will. I'm like. No, there's 50. There's 50 beneath that, right?
No, because you can only roll 1.
1, 2, 3, all the way up to 50. So there's 50 beneath that. So 50 would have 49 beneath it.
Oh, fine.
It's still 50 above it. No,
technically, then the exact middle is 50 and a half.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this would be a
You round it up.
Middle if you rounded, and D&D always rounds up.
So do you want to roll luck on that, Ophius, or?
Oh,
No.
shut up.
Why
So
the
you,
hell would I do that?
So yeah, Tyler, you easily jump out of the way
Tough
of him,
crowd.
and you actually guys get away with it. They start climbing up and looking for whoever it was that climbed up there. Eventually, that guy gets to the top of the barrel. The one climbs up, he struggles, gets on top of the plate of the other one, and starts looking around. Actually, in doing so, Rena, you see he catches the attention of a couple of the guards, and they're like, "What are you doing up there?" He's like, "Honestly, we thought we heard something. Was there something up there?" No, I guess not. You sure? He's like, yeah. He just starts like swinging around wonton with his sword, being like, there's nothing up here, you know, and stomps a couple of times to be like, nothing's here, sorry. And like a couple plates fall off. And he's like, ooh, these things do shift easy. Sheathes the sword, and so he doesn't stab himself trying to climb back down, and then clumsily climbs back down onto below. You guys down below, of course, you have advantage in the stealth check. You kind of like get back maybe like 8, 9 feet, whatever it is, and just wait for a minute or two, and eventually he just leaves. They're gone. They actually got out of there and continued their search. Whatever it was that they noticed, there was nothing there. And that was the opening hour of the session. Oh man,
Jesus Christ.
Ophios, after they leave, Ophios is just gonna just say like quietly, "How about you go first?"
And with that, why don't we take a break? Because I definitely need a break with how you guys have been rolling. Hopefully we got it out of the way in the first hour, like Krasa, and we can have a much better tail end of the stream. So
I mean, I did hit that nat 20 on that acrobatics for the barrel.
Hey Jake, did you catch last night's session at all?
Oh,
Before I go, I just want to know if you caught that. Just curious.
We're all waiting,
Oh,
Jake.
oh, that's cool. Jake, don't worry. You'll enjoy it when you see it. All right, everybody, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Or will we? Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Well, Yondis won't.